TravelingMel.com.
Hey, I want to show you one of my favorite places in the world, which is Silvergate, Montana. And every year, my girlfriend and I come up here in the first week in November, and we rent this cabin behind me. Kind of hard to see, but you'll see more of it. And even though it's in the same county that I live in, it feels like a world away because you have to drive through Yellowstone from Gardner to get here. And it's right at the northeast entrance of the park of Yellowstone. And so we always come and visit, like I said, first week of November, which is the off season, which means everything is closed, which is kind of perfect actually. In summer and winter there are more people here, restaurants are open, shops are open, but this time of year it's really quiet, and we like that even when there isn't a pandemic going on, because we rent this cabin that I mentioned, and just bring all our food. You can shop in Gardner and come out to this beautiful little cabin in the woods. Silvergate has a population of, I think, 140 people, so that's pretty small, and I don't believe they're all here. There's several second homes or third homes or whatever tucked into the woods. But I'm going to show you a little bit around Silvergate because there's not much to see. It's pretty close. I'm just walking in the middle of the highway, so you can see it's obviously not too crazy here. So we packed all our food, we stay in the cabin, and then we play outside, which is perfect, right, for us. We'll cross-country ski, we will hike if there's not snow, and just walk around and enjoy, have a little quiet, cozy time. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite things in Silvergate and Cooke City, which is the next town up, over the next few days, and maybe you'll want to plan a getaway yourself. I usually like to stop at the Cooke City Chamber Museum Visitor Center. They have maps, they have some great interpretive displays inside as well. They are closed, I think, for the season, but the restrooms are open, so if you need that. And there is a bunch of stuff outside that's pretty neat too. Some old mining equipment and some sculptures. So, definitely worth a stop, even if they're closed, but if they're open, lots of great information inside. One of our favorite things to do here outside of Cooke City is cross-country skiing. Usually on November 1st, it seems like there's a little more snow than there is right now, but you never know. So we found this spot that usually we can't pull the car over. It's the road up to Lulu Pass or Daisy Pass. And we're just gonna ski out to this campground, which is supposed to be quite lovely with some big boulders and things. And check it out. So the thing about being here in the fall is that you really just have to look around and see what you can access and what's open, because you never really know from year to year. Campgrounds is actually pretty fun. There's big wide roads, regular size roads, but they're wide so you can ski side by side with your friends. And there's often a reason they are where they are, which is that they're lovely. So this was a fun little ski for us. We never did see that moose, but saw a lot more moose tracks. And there's a handful, maybe not a handful, but probably 3, 2, 4, I don't know, campgrounds just east of Cooke City, and just kind of more as you keep driving along the Beartooth Highway in the summer and Chief Joseph Highway in the summer. But a few that you can get to year-round if you want to take a little ski. So Heather and I have been wanting to hike up to Sheep Creek Falls, which is a super short hike for a long time, but there's always been too much snow, and now there's not, so we're gonna give it a shot. It's like one of those sort of a trail, but not really a trail, and you just kind of go up the creek until you see a waterfall, and that's what we're gonna do. We just drove through Cooke City, and we're on our way back to Silvergate, and it was on the side of the road. We just remembered and thought, well, let's pull over and do it. So you get to come with us. Well, snowy.
Whoa, wait till you see this.
Oh, I'm falling. Is it amazing?
Incredible.
Whoa.
This is the view behind me.
I can't believe this is right off the road and we never...
It took 5 minutes to walk up here.
Yeah, 0.3 miles.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
we never did this with you.
I know it looks pretty far away on this camera, but a very spectacular waterfall. I don't know how tall it is. Sheep Creek Falls, I guess. And then I just want to show you, it's kind of a sketchy crossing over to this side, but the view down that way. There's Heather. One of my favorite things about trips like this is that we just tend to pull over and check things out and look at a map and wonder if we could get there. And there's a lot of little hidden things around Silvergate, Cooke City, you know, just outside of Yellowstone, and just so many of these little gems, as I just said, that you can find, and no one else is here. I think it's busier in the summer, but I know it's busier in the summer, but I still think you can get these places where you can be by yourself. So we have been doing social distancing in the area since long before it became important, and it's just so nice just to get out by yourself in nature. Makes you feel good, and you just can't beat the mountains and rivers and waterfalls in this area. One of the things that's so special about Silvergate and Cooke City area is that it's really, really dark at night, even with an almost full moon. Well, more than 3/4 full still. You can come out and it's so dark and you can see the stars, and I'm standing right in the middle of the road right now. Of course, there's no one around, and it's just a great place. So we are going to go out and do some stargazing tonight. See the moon a little bit. I can't really show you the night sky or the mountains because it's too dark, but you can trust me that it's really beautiful and you can come out yourself and check it out. Good morning. We're out here in beautiful, beautiful Beartooth Mountains again, ready for another ski. I guess we're not really in the Beartooths, are we? Are we in the Absarokas? Yeah. But those are the Beartooths behind me. I hope you can see them because they're pretty spectacular. And we're looking for a new place to ski, somewhere we haven't been before. And we ended up driving too far up this road and got this pretty amazing view, which we're excited about. So we're gonna go back down and look for Lily Lake and see if we can ski out there.
Lady of the Lake.
Oh, it's called Lake
Lake of the Lady.
Lady of the Lake. Sorry, we're not getting the names right. There's a lot of names of things. Too many lakes, but we're going to Lady of the Lake. It should be a 4-mile round trip ski. I'm not sure about the conditions, so we're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear and see what happens. But
it's not supposed to be this warm.
It's not supposed to be this warm.
Oh, we love it.
And it's windy. Snow's not great, but we're having a good time anyway. Okay, we got to the trailhead and we're heading down. I think it's all downhill to the lake, which should be interesting on the way back. But Beartooths in the distance are pretty spectacular. Just driving up to this trailhead is amazing. Well, not surprising, we've run into a few complications in that I don't think we started at the right place, and it's really hard to find the trail, and we ended up on a trail but not the trail we thought we were on. So it's all good. We have maps, we have compasses, we have, well, just one, but we have everything we need to find our way back out. Plus we have our ski tracks, so it's not a problematic situation, but we aren't going to keep going to the lake. We just crossed one creek and then there's this other creek, and we decided instead just to ski up the creek a little bit and look around and then ski back out. It took us a lot longer. There was a pretty steep descent through the trees that took a while. And anyway, so I am going to put in the blog though some really good, safe, easy ski trails in the area, especially if you haven't spent a lot of time jumping over trees in the trail on your cross-country skis on descents and want something a little more legit. I can get you that, but we're just having a beautiful day. It's warm, it's sunny, the snow's pretty wet, but manageable. So I might show you a little bit of this creek and then we're gonna ski around. A blast skiing through the forest, along a creek, whoop, and we're back on our original trail that we broke on the way in and almost back to the car. We just have one more hill to climb. So I think that's about a wrap for today, at least the skiing segment. We'll see what we get up to after this. I know that some pizza and some beer at the Minor Saloon in Cooke City sound pretty good. So if that's open, I think that's where we'll go. The Log Cabin Cafe is somewhere we always stop in summer whenever it's open because you have to get the pumpkin bread, which is just amazing. And as you can see on the windows, they have these trout dinners, which are really quite delicious too. I like to have it for breakfast or lunch sometimes. And over on this side is this cute little general store and post office, and there's cabins behind it that you can rent. And you see those two mountain goats up on the top. In the summer they have a ton of those out here, and in fact we have two of them in our yard because I think they're so cute. But the big thing about Silvergate is the mountains, and over here we can see Amphitheater Peak over there, and I don't know the names of all of them, but I do know it's a lovely view from anywhere you are in Silvergate. The Stop the Car trading post is actually open, so I'm gonna go see what's going on in there. One thing to note is that since I am traveling in the time of coronavirus, we're mostly just staying away from people is our main plan, but I am gonna go in here, and there's a mask mandate in Montana. So, I see they have a sign on their door even. We'll have to mask up and obviously wash our hands and do all the things you're supposed to do. to keep the people who live here safe, as well as myself. Well, I got the lowdown from the two ladies in the Stop the Car trading post. They're super nice, and you should stop there. And if you come in early November, they're the only place that's open. So you should, but that's not the only reason. They're awesome. There are lots of Yellowstone books and photography stuff and wolf stuff, plus some locally made products. And then they have some food and tea. I got tea, coffee, espresso, that kind of stuff, ice cream. And they can give you the lowdown on what's going on. So they are the only place in Silvergate, Cooke City that's open year round. So the rest of a lot of places close for the first few weeks in November to get a little break between summer and winter and clean up and any renovations or whatever you have to do. This is the chance to take a break or go on vacation, which is also nice. So I'm gonna go back to the cabin and then we'll do some walking, some skiing, some exploring of all the beautiful nature around here. One of the highlights of our trip to Silvergate is always just hanging out in the kitchen and living room of this condo. We watch terrible, cheesy movies and eat tons and tons of food and basically just relax, which you don't get to do at home. There's no distractions, there's just hanging out. Wraps up my little staycation in Silvergate. Heather left early in the opposite direction this morning to head home, and I'm going to take a quick walk through Cooke City and then drive back through the park and do some wildlife watching along the way, possibly take a hike. One of the great things about staying in Silvergate is you're so close to the fabled Lamar Valley in Yellowstone, where there's such great wildlife watching. Wolves, grizzly bears, always tons of elk. Elk and bison, tons of bison. So hopefully we'll see something on the way home, or I will see something on the way home. And thanks for watching, and check the blog if you have any questions about planning a trip to Silvergate or Cooke City, northeast entrance of Yellowstone in Greater Yellowstone country, and we'll see you next time.